Son. The voice is warm like a log fire. It's got the crackle of age, but something in the throat is brave and true, like it would tear itself to shreds to save you, and it's soft and wizened, like that little leather boot your granddad gave you. Remember what I told you, he says. Okay, Dad. He's restless, young, throbbing like a chosen one because he's always been the only son since before he can't remember, so he says, okay, Dad, and rocks back and forth on his feet. What did I tell you? Don't climb the tree, just that big tree beyond the garden at the edge of the wood. I know, nothing survives there. Nothing that's good. Just don't climb that tree at the edge of the wood. And the son nods and rocks back, and his father's eyes ache and burn with all the fires of history, and he says, go on then, son, go on. And off he goes. Fast, fierce, coursing like blood through strong veins he goes, throwing the past behind him, and he splashes through the creek so fast he doesn't see the smooth stones glitter underneath his feet, and the sun glistens on his proud, sweating brow, and he's too big to listen, too small to know how, until the penny drops and his feet stop and he's come to the tree. That big tree beyond the garden at the edge of the wood. I know, and he looks up, and it's a climber. Its long sidewards branches beckon in their woody way and seem to say, sneering, are you brave, little one, for the climb? Yes, I am. But you're only a child. I don't think that you can. Well, I think that I can, and I think that I will. As long as you're fair and you keep standing still. Very well, very well. I'll give you my word. While you climb, I'll be still. That's not what I heard. You can't trust what you hear. Believe what you see. Look, foolish child. I can't move. I'm a tree. And he grits his teeth. And he catches his bottom lip and he knows it'll bleed, but he doesn't care because he's man enough, he knows he is, and it must be dust in his eye, he swears as he hauls himself up onto the first branch. And he's already thinking that he might be a fool, but he's not a coward. He won't be a coward, so he clambers on, onwards and upwards. Don't look back, don't look down, no room for doubt. No room for the fear rising up in his chest like a cold hard stone from the bottom of the stream, but then he hears it. Remember what I told you, just don't climb that tree. And he swallows the stone down hard because he will not stop. He will not be a child for one more day. He will not be the little one. He will not be the one who's never climbed the tree and doesn't even know what it looks like up there, and he wishes that he had a younger brother to be bigger than as he reaches for the last branch and pulls himself up. And as he lifts his leg over, he feels the branch shiver beneath him. Just lightly, quickly, like a chuckle. And then again and again, like the tree is laughing at him, and it's bigger and growing, and it's mocking and groaning until he's clinging on as everything roars with a bellow of a sick joke so old it's scrawled on the walls of the world, and he screams, you said you wouldn't move. Now, what did I say? I'll be still while you climb. You can't trust what you hear, least of all when it rhymes, but still, I was faithful. I kept to the deal. But the climb's over now, so things might get surreal. And the fear stone rises up in his throat, cold, hard, and it sits, pressing against the base of his skull as he waits for the world to end. But the world bends, and the tree twists and turns and squirms itself inside out like a worm until he doesn't know which way's up anymore, or if there even is one, or just down round the rabbit hole and down where the dark things wriggle and writhe, and then silence. Darkness. Drip. Drop. Hello? Hello. Who's there? It's only me. Who are you? You'll see. How are you here? Same as you. Climbed the tree. What? Why? To prove that you could? Or did your father not warn you that nobody should? Well, actually, that's funny. That's quite different to you. I climbed because that's what Dad told me to do. What? No, how could he? You're taking the piss. What dad puts his son through something like this? He hears a faint sigh. Did he explain to you why? Oh, yes, he did. And now I know that it's true. He said one day, if I waited, that I would find you. And it hits like a wave and he knows it's true. And it almost feels like he always knew, like every breath he'd ever breathed had been a clue to this. And then out of the darkness, a hand takes his, and once again the whole world melts, but this time in a good way. like an ice cream on a too hot day. And he can almost feel himself dissolving. He can smell the ambiguities resolving, and he's falling in love, but not like that, upwards. And the joy of it sings right down into his toes, and he knows that he's mixing his metaphors, but he doesn't care. Because he actually feels like a bird of the air, like a stray dog coming in from the cold, like a miracle breathing, bright to behold, and he feels like he's underwater. He can hear that strange silent hum in his ears, and his heart beats deeper, pumps out all fears, and his old soul dances in slow motion. But at the same time, it's like he's just been pulled out of the ocean and he's lying on the lifeboat, lungs exploding with air because he's actually alive. Now go forth and thrive, infinity and beyond, mate, reach for the skies, because as he opens his eyes, he sees heaven and earth shatter into a sea of glass. When all the shadows pass away at the molten voice of this brand new age-old brother of his, and the hand holds his as if nothing else is, and he's free. Because they're lost together. Him and the one who had waited forever, they are lost, but they are together. Him and the one who had waited forever, and this little boy feels found. And he feels dewy grass beneath his feet, and they're running now. And they can see the river flow below, and the sun reflects so bright it's a torrent of dancing stars. And they dive in headlong, and the water's cold and clear, and the flecks of light ripple over his skin as he swims, and it feels like the first kiss of dawn, like he's being reborn. And as they scramble out onto the bank, their feet slipper and slide on the smooth stones, and they laugh. And the sound sparkles off the mountainsides. And then he hears the sound of crunching, eager feet running on the stony beach towards him, and a voice, and his heart beats harder, thumping eager in his chest, and now the fear comes, but then it goes, because he knows that he is not alone, and he knows that voice. Warm like a log fire, it's got the crackle of age, but something in the throat is brave and true, like it would tear itself to shreds to save you. And he feels warm, strong arms reach out and hold him, and he knows that he is not alone. And the voice says softly, "Welcome home, boys. Welcome home."